Hello and welcome to my floss tube. I'm Bohemian Stitchery. This is Nancy, and this is part 2 of my absolutely ginormous WIP parade. I am piled high with WIPs here at my feet. They're kind of toppling over. I think part 1 I managed sort of A through to about F. Like the order is not really that good. I've got a few in here. I'm not sure they should be there in the alphabet, but that's okay. And then I discovered a few from sort of A to F that I hadn't shown you, so I'll now have to show you. So, but anyway, whatever. It's all about the WIPs, isn't it? Who cares what order they're in? So, without any further ado, I will start showing you today's WIPs, and let's see whether we can get part 2 done in an hour. All right, so I'm not going to mess about. We're just going to start with the first one. So this is G. We're on to G. This is Gnomeville. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's by Little Dove Designs on Etsy. I think this is one that my daughter saw somebody doing on a floss tube a long time ago. I can't even remember who it was. And she was like, oh, that's really cute. We've got to have that. So I was like, all right, let's do that. So I'll just drink my coffee. It is really hot today. I think today is going to be the coolest day for the rest of the week. And it's going to be 36 degrees here today. We had 42 yesterday. I think we're heading for 44 tomorrow here in Adelaide. So pretty unpleasant bushfire weather. It's not very nice at all. So yeah. So anyway, even though I am drinking hot coffee, but you know, I need the caffeine. All right, Gnomeville. So where am I at with Gnomeville? Unfortunately, my laptop has got very little battery in it because although I plugged it in last night, I forgot to turn it on at the wall. So it might die. In which case I won't be able to tell you how many stitches I've done, but we'll stick with it as long as I possibly can before it dies. So Gnomeville, I did 154 stitches in 2025. And that is where I'm at with that. There's a little bit at the top. I've done most of the border. I think there's still a bit of white to put around the border. I'm doing it on a 14 count sort of natural Ada, which I had in my stash. So, and that one's that, which is pretty cute. All right, I don't know where I'm going to put all these. Like, I'll show them to you and then I'll just pile them up in this absolutely god almighty mess, which is down here at my feet, because I have too many WIPs. Right, okay, so that's Gnomeville. What am I going to do with this? Let's just shove it down there. Right, next one. This is, oh, I guess it's F still. This is Flower a Day Sal. This was a stitch along from Carolyn Manning from maybe 2017. Let's see if I can show you without too much glare on it. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's what I affectionately call a Carolyn Manning fiddly. Because is constant changes of colour. Like you do a few little stitches and then you got to change colour. I mean, the nice thing is it's a bit of a stash buster. This, you don't have to follow the colours that she's using. I did Flower a Day. Let's have a look. I did 434 stitches in 2025. And that is where I'm at with it. I'm doing it on a sort of an off-white, almost lemony, creamy coloured 18 count Ada. So that's that. As you can see, it's quite fiddly. It's got lots of little bits of back stitch and stuff, but it's very pretty. Once I got going with it, I was quite enjoying it, but you know, it's the like do 3 stitches and then change colour and then do another 5 stitches and then change colour, and you know how it is. So you can't get like a good kind of like momentum going on it. All right, we're still working on, these are all Fs. Right, this next one is called Fierce Friendship. I can't remember who it's by. Let me just open my bag. Here we are. Oh, that's not a very nice piece of paper. The design is by Anna Churn. It's by Chill Time Needleworks from Etsy. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. It is huge. It's 1,000 stitches wide by 750 stitches high for a total of 750,000 stitches. I'm not sure whether this is my biggest. It's getting close, but I think I have a bigger one, which I think might be in today's pile. So, which I started in 2025. Right, Fierce Friendship has got 0 stitches in 2025, which is kind of a bit sad. I am doing it 2/1 10th stitch on a, I can hear my cat underneath the sofa scratching away as cats do. That's Felix, that's the baby. Yeah, what was I saying? 2/1 10th stitch on a 28 count easy guide. I have a nostril which looks great. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't picked it up, but there you go. That's what it's, that's where I'm at. Obviously I've done a center start, so that's right there. I have a dragon nostril, but yeah, looks very cool. She's a big one, that one. That's a massive piece of fabric. So yeah, 28 count is a little bit of a struggle with me and my eyes, but you know, if I've got a magnifier, it's not so bad. Okay. Oh, ow, ow, you cheeky little rat. Sorry. That's Felix, who's just decided that it might be fun to come out from under the sofa with his claws and grab my ankle. So yeah, he may come and visit. No, he's not going to. He's going to run away. That's fine. If he comes to visit, I'll show you Felix. Felix, I say, is a kitten. He's actually now a year old, so he's not as little as he used to be, but he's still very, very naughty. Okay, right. The next one is called French Village. I'm calling it now. Felix is over there trying to get into a bin. This is from the World of Cross Stitching from, I have no idea what date. Doesn't say. Nah. Alright. It'll be a long time ago though. It'll be like 2001 or something. I wish I could show you this, but the cat is in the bin now and he's looking very cute. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's full coverage. It's very pretty. I think, let's see if I can get this going. Yes, I know it's going to go to sleep. A French Village is, where is it? There. Oh, I did 0 on this in 2025. How depressing. I thought I'd done something. Anyway, I'm doing this on just a white 14 count Aida. It's looking very cool. So that's where I'm at. Currently, I have 1,363 stitches in it, although none of those were done in 2025. So, yeah, so that's where I am with that one. All right, what else have we got here? Pop that one away. Put this one down. Okay, next. Oh, I haven't done much on this at all. This is Garden of Delight. It's a Heaven and Earth Designs. It's William Morris. I decided in my wisdom when I bought this years ago to get supersized because I thought that would be a great idea at 999 stitches high and by 661 stitches wide. What a good idea that would be. I don't think I've, where is it? Garden of Delight. I can't find it. Anyway, I don't think I've done very much. No, I have not. I'm doing this on a piece of 28 count, something I got from Etsy. Well, no, not Etsy. Either Temu or AliExpress. So it was kind of a cheap fabric, which I had to wash about 15 times so it wasn't stiff. It's going to be huge, obviously. That's as far as I've got, which is not very far. It's going to take me a very long time to finish that one. Yep, never mind. Okay, so yeah, so that was Garden of Delight by William Morris, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Right, the next one is called Gresford Gums. It is an artisy, or Gresford Gum 2. It's based on artwork by John Bradley. I love this painting, and then I've got another one as well, which is even bigger than this, which is from a part of Victoria near the snowfields, which is just beautiful, which is why I bought these two. So there's a lot of confetti. So I've started top corner. As you can see, there's much confetti in that tree. I'm doing it on an 18 count Ada. That is where I am at with it. It's confetti central. There we go. Gresford Gums got 0 in 2025. Yeah. So I'm currently sitting at just over 1,000 stitches on that one. So it's 330 wide by 222 high. So it's not huge. Like, this is not one of the supersized ones. Like, the other one I bought, that's as big as it is. The other one I bought of the same artist is a supersize, so it's much bigger. I'd like to start it though, because it's really pretty. But this one, it's a bit pixely, as you can imagine, because it's small. But it still looks good. So, I think I was just put off by the, what do you call it, all the confetti. It didn't flow, so. All right, next one. Okay, this was a new start this year. I started this, I haven't actually got a picture of this one, so I'm going to have to edit. Oh my God, because I'm going to have to put a picture of what this one is going to look like up here. It is by Vibsters, I believe. It's not like me not to have a picture, but never mind. It's called Gems and something or other, like Jewels and Gems or something. We started this for Carla's birthday. I decided to do it on a piece of hand dyed that I had, because I have lots of hand dyed which I bought back in the days where I used to do a lot of mirabilias, and now that I don't do a lot of mirabilias, I still have lots of hand dyed, so it's like I may as well use it. So this one seemed like a really nice piece of hand dyed. It's actually from Fox and Rabbit, 32 count even weave from Fox and Rabbit, this piece of fabric, and that is where I'm at with it. I've really only made a small start in the center. You'll see when I show you one of the pictures that it's one of the gems. Just quite a pretty chart. I like that one. All right. Okay, let's pop it away. That was a new start, obviously, in 2025. So, and we didn't get very far, as I rarely do on my new starts, but they're a start. Right, this one hasn't had enough love. This one needs to have love. Just made me think. I'm going to finish that pile, and then I'm going to show you something I've got over here, because there's an interlude that I'm going to, because there's a little special that I want to talk to you guys about. Okay, so this is the garden, charted by Heaven and Earth. It's by Jen DeLeith, Celtic Designs, on Heaven and Earth. Love this one. Started this one for my bestie. This is my running bestie, not my stitching bestie. It is the garden. Where is it? I did 893 stitches last year, sorry. Not too bad. And that's where I'm at. I'm doing it on a 28 count, 1/1 full cross, 28 count easy guide. And I'm currently at 5,000, just over 5,000 stitches. So it's not got a straight edge, as you can see, which is quite pretty. And it's quite a nice combination of block stitching and confetti. So yeah, it's a lovely chart. Really like that one. Have to get into some of the yellows. I have a bit of a ways to go to get down to the yellows, but okay, while we're still talking in G's and about gardens, the next one is Garden Glass by Carolyn Manning. Oh, sorry. Let's lean down and get it. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. We all know how much we love Carolyn Manning. Lovely block stitching, Grateful Myth. I am doing this one on an 18 count. Oh, it's still got a needle in it. How exciting. An 18 count piece of Ada. Which, sorry, I'm just looking at this because it's a very odd shaped piece of Ada. I have actually started center. I did count. It doesn't look like it's going to fit, but it is. It's not. I don't think it's an enormous one. So that's where I'm at. I suspect what I might do is probably stitch down. Ooh, hang on. Stitch all the way down just to make sure I've got enough fabric at the bottom. I did measure it, but you never know. Like, my measuring is not always that good. So, but I think I just picked up this piece of fabric because I had it. And I thought, well, I might as well, like, keep a bit here because I could do a small or something on that. Sure I could. Yeah. See, why waste fabric when you don't have to? Okay, so that's Garden Glass. Garden Glass obviously was a new, well, not obviously, but it was a new start last year in 2025. No, it wasn't. It must have been 2024 because I did 113 stitches on it in 2025 for a total of 467 stitches. So yeah, so I must have started that the year before because I have not marked that as a new start in 2025. Right, whilst we're sticking with the G's, this is Geometric Cat by Puck's Closet on Etsy. It's a full coverage, obviously. It's only 174 wide by 348 high. And I'm doing it on a 22 count Ada. It's only quite a small piece of fabric, as you can see. And that is where I'm at. Geometric Cat got 421 stitches in 2025. There we go. Lots of yellows in that top. Yeah, although by the time I get to the cat, there will be a lot of black. So, is that the ear of the cat that I'm doing? Yeah, it is. Look, I've got an ear. Yeah. So, yeah, it's only small. I like it. I like the fact that it's small because it seems doable. It seems achievable. Right, that's G. Right, this one I know got nothing on it in 2025 because I noted down that I really should do some work on this one. This is the Guardians of Notre Dame Stitch Along from 2018 by Ingleside Imaginarium. I will show you like the first two. That's the first two Guardians. I will, seeing I'm editing this, I may as well edit and give you a picture of what it looks like when it's finished completely. I have got, oh, hello. Yeah, I've not done anything on this for a while. It's on a piece of hand-dyed fabric. It uses some specialty threads. I think, what are they? Sampler threads. Moonlit Path. I think that's the specialty threads. I've got the Gentle Arts. But other than that, it's just DMC. And I am here. I really ought to get on and work on this one a little bit more. As you can see, it was a stitch along. And did I stitch along? No, I did not. Of course not, I did not. There we go. So my first Guardian, obviously I am doing the backstitch as we go because there is a lot of backstitch in this. Yeah, I don't know, this hand dyed, I have a feeling it's a Fox and Rabbit. I think I might have got it from them when they were still linen and threads. And I think I bought it specially because I wanted this to be on a fairly interesting piece of fabric. So yeah, so the Guardians need to come out. The Guardians need love in 2026 because the Guardians have been sadly rejected. Right, next one. This is called Hairdresser. It is a kit by DMC, artwork by Gordon Hanley. I discovered when I was pulling out some old kits the other day that I actually have, there's a series of 4 of these. I have all 4 kits. Because I had all these great ideas that I'd have all 4 of them and I'd finish them and they'd all be hanging beautifully all on my wall. That was my plan. So they are really pretty. They are full coverage as well. 26 centimeters by 19 centimeters. That's the design size. So I started center. I'm using all of the kit materials, fabric, etc., which is a 16 count Ada. That is where I am at. Hairdresser it claims it got 0, but I have actually done some since 2025. I've actually put stitches in this at the beginning of 2026, believe it or not. So sorry about my light. It's so bright outside with the sun shining. I'm wondering whether I have a light. I might just turn on a light. It seems almost ridiculous turning on a light when it's like the surface of the sun outside. Just give me a second. Let's see whether I can turn on a light and whether it makes any difference. Possibly. All right. Yeah, maybe a bit better. Maybe it'll make my stitching look better with a light on it. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better because it's quite dark. Because you know what? As you've seen before, my house is grey. I hate grey. I have grey sofa, grey walls. Bleh. Legacy, let's say. One day I'm going to repaint my entire house so it is not grey, and I'm going to get rid of all the grey sofas because I find, personally, my choice, grey just depresses me. I don't want grey. And it makes everything really dark. So here am I trying to like record a floss tube and everything's really dark. And it's, you know, so bright outside and it's still dark inside because everything's grey. Anyway, right, nearly at the bottom of this pile, and then I'm going to show you a little mini that I've got here. Right, this is the Heaven and Earth Designs, a mystery stitch along from 2017. I actually got quite a long way on this. Can I show you, do I have a picture of the complete project? Possibly. I'll try and put it up here, as I said, seeing as I'm having to edit. I obviously don't have it printed out as a complete picture. This is on paper. I have tried loading it into Pattern Keeper. It doesn't load very well. I'm doing it on a 25 count Lagana. It's a sampler. I don't think this got any love. No, it got no love whatsoever in 2025 because I'm not a big fan of samplers. It does have 14,500 stitches in it already though. That's where we're at. Like that hole at the top there is for me to put the date when I finish. Yeah. So, I mean, it's looking good. It's just I'm not much of a sampler girl anymore. So, but yeah, that's where we're at with that one. Probably should, excuse me, get on and do some more of that. 14,000 stitches is, you know, fairly impressive. As I said, I tried putting it into Pattern Keeper. It sort of went in, but it's like, because it was in bits, the same symbol came up like 10 different times. So you select a symbol and it's only selecting a few of them, and it's a bit complicated to explain, but it just didn't work very well. So mostly on paper. All right, while we're on to H's, this is Hoity Toity by Long Dog Samplers. Again, I have this on paper only. I am changing the color. Did I start this in 2025? I think I did. Yes, I did. I started in 2025. I put in 644 stitches. I've changed the color very slightly because I am doing it on a burgundy colored linen, which is exceptionally difficult to stitch on. because it's dark. It's very hard to see the holes, but it does look really good. So the difference that I've made is rather than, oops, you see there's kind of lots of, it's kind of got red tones. I've changed them to blue tones because the fabric is sort of red. That's where I'm at with it. I mean, it does look good on the burgundy linen. It's just really hard to see. So I have to stitch this one under a magnifier. Oh, there's a needle in that one too. It's no wonder I can't find any needles. I keep leaving them in my projects. I might take that one out. Let's put that one over there. There we go. There we are. So that's Hoity Toity by Long Dog Samplers, 197 by 282 stitches. And yeah, I mean, you know, I don't mind a Long Dog sampler. I'm not an enormous sampler sampler fan, whatever. Okay, that's that. Now, the next one, I don't think Horse Four Legs got any love. Oh no, it got 64, grand total of 64 stitches. This is by Unconventional Cross. It has no background, obviously. It's called Horse Four Legs. I am doing this on a 25 count piece of chocolate coloured Lagana. It's not very big. That is where I'm at with that one. A lovely, oh, I'm just peering over the top here. Nice combination of block stitching. It's not very big. There you go. That's the size of it. So yeah, and actually, surprisingly enough, the burgundy coloured linen is really hard to see. The chocolate coloured Lagana is okay, but that's because it's Lagana and not linen. Linen is obviously not as easy, whereas Lagana is essentially evenly woven, so it's actually even brown, dark brown, chocolate brown. It's not that difficult to stitch on that one. Okay, so that's an unconventional cross. Right, so the last one in this little pile is called a Hubble Bubble. It's a mini Hubble Bubble. I bet you've got it under. Yeah, there it is. This was a new start in 2025. I got 699 stitches. Everybody knows this one. It's artwork by Lisa Parker. It's only a little one. It's 275 by 325, little mini. And I have started this. I'm doing this on a 22 count piece of Ada thing, which is sort of got squares on it, but they're weird because they're like 20 by 20. And I started top left, and that's where I'm at. So not a big start on that one. There we go. Okay, that's my first pile. Ooh, half an hour on the first pile. There's at least 3 piles here. Let's see if I can move it on. Girl, come on, move it on. Now, before I move on, I'm going to have a sip of coffee, and then I'm going to show you another little mini that I've got here. And this is what I wanted to show you. So the reason I'm showing you this, so that's my little mini, is because this is one of the ones that my friend Michelle from Mitch's Stitches designed. She has done a series. She's calling these her filet charts, because at one point we were talking about, I was saying I've got all these random skeins of thread which I can't do much with because they're not necessarily, this one's not even a 6-stranded. So what do you do with it? And so she was like, I'm going to come up with a series of, you know, charts where you can use just one skein of thread. And we sort of chatted about it, and I said, well, I used to do filet crochet. Have you thought of looking at some of the patterns for filet crochet? And she just ran with it. And so this is the first one. She's got a series of, oh, Michelle, I'm sorry, I'm going to get this wrong. Is it 12 or 16 of these? I can't remember. Anyway, there is a series of them. So you can do them all together or you can do them individually. I'm doing them each individually on little scraps of fabric using random, you know, skeins of, this one's a hand-dyed something rather. It looks like a cotton abroda. I think it's not, it's definitely not a stranded cotton. Now, the reason I wanted to bring this up now is because anybody who is watching my floss tube will get a 20% discount at her shop. So use the code Nancy20, which I'm going to put down here, and I'll also put in the notes at the bottom. I'll put a link to her Etsy shop and go and have a look. Like she's running with us. It's great. There's some, and easy to stitch. Like these have only got just over 1,000 stitches in them. So, you know, they're easy to do. You can do it like in a single skein of thread. You know, you don't need any more. You can use up scraps. It's great. So, so yeah, Nancy20, Mitch's Stitches on Etsy. All right. Okay, that's my plug. Okay, let's go on to the next pile down here. I thought I only had like 3 piles. It looks like I've got 4 piles. Oh, this is one I should have shown you last time, but it wasn't with me because it's a bee. Oh, hello. Looks like the cats have had a go at this one. Yeah, look, it's very pretty. It's a sampler. It was a stitch along. Will I ever finish this? Not sure. Not thoroughly enjoying it. And now that I can see that the cats have stuck their claws into my linen as well. I don't know. It's one of those ones that I'm tempted to just UFO. I mean, it's very nice, but anyway. Yeah, there's a bit of way to go. It's called the Bluebell sampler. This is why I should have shown it to you before, because it was under B. Sure, it's B. Let me have a look. B. Blue Poppies sampler, and it got 50 stitches in 2025. I also, you know, I started this a long time ago, and I picked a piece of linen which was not an even weave, so everything's very flat. So yeah, so I'm just not sure. I mean, I hate UFOing things, because especially when I've started and I think, oh God, I've put all this time in, but it's like, yeah, you put the time in, do you really want to put more time in? So I'm just not sure. So yeah, Blue Poppy sampler, Tangled Threads, I think. Can't remember. I'll have to write that one down, I'm afraid, because I can't remember. Okay, so I pulled that out because, just for neatness sake, because it's B. And I've actually got a few more here which I discovered, which I was like, oh, I should have shown those last week, because they they're all out of order. Who cares? Does anybody care? I don't care. Right, let's just go for the next part. Right, you remember last week I showed you, God, it's dark. I'm dark. Does that look better? Last week I showed you a stamped kit that I got from Temu. I said I'd started another one. This is the one that I've started. It's pretty cute. I got this off the freebie table at our retreat last year. I call it Kitten in a Puddle. Like, it comes with all the threads, and it's on a 14 count Aida. It's only tiny, and that's where I'm at. And look how his little face is coming out. It's pretty cute. So you can see on the back how much I've done. I've done quite a bit. But yeah, it's only a little one. It's like 100, not even 140 stitches by 140. So, and I'm actually really pleased at how it's turning out, considering it's so small. I do like the stamp kits. Just, yeah. I mean, when you look at it close up, because it's small, it's quite pixely, but you look at it back here and you're like, yeah, I can definitely see his little face. See, he's pretty cute. So yeah, they're good, nice and relaxing. I like them. That one, I think I told you with the other one I was doing, the other stamped kit from Temu, the print wasn't very good. On this one, the print is pretty good. It's stamped pretty accurately onto the squares, whereas the other one, it's slightly off. So it's not as easy to do. So, all right, that's my kitten. This one's almost embarrassing. I almost don't want to show you this one. This was the Heaven and Earth Design Stitch Along from 2025. Woohoo! I did Jelly World. I was supposed to do Jelly World. That was what I was supposed to do. I did not do a lot. So I think I did Oh, I did about 1,000 stitches. That's about as far as I got. I'm doing it on an 18 count Aida. I think that was where I got to. That looks great, doesn't it? Anyway, I don't know why I sign up for stitch alongs. I never ever stick with a stitch along. Ever stick with a stitch along. I always go into them with all this enthusiasm and it's going to be great. And, oh yeah, I'll get it all finished. Look at me. And then it just kind of wanes off. And I'm like, yeah, I don't even know why I thought I would, because I know myself better than that by now. So anyway, right. Next one is another Carolyn Manning, Flutter of Jellyfish. That's that one. I'm doing the big one first. I'm doing it on a piece of pink 14 count Aida. And I don't know which way up it is. Usually, oh, yep, I usually put the selvage at the top. So that's the way up. That's where I'm at. It is, sorry, well, I've still got a little bit of laptop. Flutter of Jellyfish. I did 707 stitches in 2025 on this one. So this one is funny because each of my Carolyn Mannings I try and work slightly differently. This one I'm sort of working in triangles around this way. Like one I showed you last week, Dragonfly, I'm sort of working across this way. I started another one beginning of this year and I'm doing the border. And then I'm going to work my way in. So yeah, so each of them I'll just try something different each time. So yes, that's Flutter of Jellyfish. And I will do all the little mini ones as well. I've got enough of the pink fabric to do those ones as well. All right, next one, K. While we're on to K, scratch my nose. This one is by Stitches So Beautiful. It's called Kaleidoscope. It's by the Art Revivalist. I love this one because that kind of there's times it feels like that sums up my life where I've just got my head in my hands with this craziness going on around me. I have got, how far did I get with that one? That was a new start for 2025. I got 600 stitches in. I've started center, and this one again, oh, I'm doing it on a 22 count Aida. That's where I'm at. That is a bird face. There is a bird right in the middle. So with this one, I'm working at sort of squares around this way and then kind of almost spiraling out, or that was my plan anyway. So that's why I've got lots of parched threads there, but it's fun because you can actually see the picture starting to appear, because I find with cross country, it's very easy to just leave ninja stitches and go, I'll come back and do those. So, but to be able to get that clear picture coming out is actually really satisfying. It's just my problem is I can't stand parked threads. I hate them, so they drive me insane. So often what I do is ones where I go, yeah, I'll do part threads. Yeah. And then I'll get to a point I'm like, I can't cope with it. I need to get rid of all the part threads. All right. This baby is my biggest project. I started this on my birthday last year. It was my 51st birthday. I worked out at the moment, we looked in Stitch Pal, and according to Stitch Pal, I think I was going to finish this one in about 2135, which is about 110 years from now, at the rate that I'm stitching. Supersize max color. The reason I did that is because the mock-up did not look good. The supersize max color was the only one where the mock-up actually looked good. So I was like, yeah, why not? 999 stitches wide by 832 high. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's over 850,000 stitches. So I'm doing it on a massive piece of 28 count, 1/1 full cross. I can't even work out where my stitching is. The piece of fabric is so big. Oh, there it is. Gosh, there we go. That's where I've started. Oh, you can't even see it. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's no wonder it's going to take me 110 years to finish that one. I mean, this is a bed sheet. It's massive. That's just half of it. That, like, it's double that. It's like a proper bed sheet with that tiny little bit in the middle. So yeah, so Jade the Unicorn is my, oh, hello, I am here. Jade the Unicorn is my biggest project to date by a long way. I think Fierce Friendship is my second biggest project, but this one's got at least 100,000 more stitches than that. So, you know, you never know. Maybe one day when I'm retired and I don't have kids around and I can't run anymore, I might do nothing but stitch on Jade the Unicorn, supersize. Artwork is by Laurie Prindle, obviously. There we go, because she always does all the beautiful horses. So Carla actually bought me that one for my birthday in 2025, which was very kind of her. Right, what have I got here? Oh, this one's a little teeny one, a little kit that I started. It's a kit by, is it Dolly Mama? Dolly Mamas, yeah. This one is called It's Official, I've Become My Mother. That's what it will look like when it's done. I don't know where I've become my mother. I put 200 stitches in this. I think this was a Easter Start Fest jobby. It's bigger than you expect. I can't remember which way up it goes. Whether it's that way or that way, I don't know. That's where I'm at. Using all the kit stuff, which is a 14 count Ada white. So I have quite a few of these little Dolly Mamas. I think I've got about 5 of them. And I'd like to start all of them, of course, because if you're going to do one, you might as well do all 5. So that was a new start in 2025. All right. The next one is called I Am the Storm. This is also by Puck's Closet. You can tell I quite like Puck's Closet on Etsy. Love this one. Love the storm on her back. It's like she's got it tattooed, which is awesome. I'm at the moment planning my next tattoo on my back. It's not going to look like this though. There we go. So this is all supposedly stitched. Originally I was going to try and get a piece of blue fabric, and then I was like, I'm not going to buy more fabric. I'll just use fabric that I've got and just stitch it when I get there. So I've done a center star. It's all the World of Blues. It's a 25 count that I'm doing it on. Can't remember where the top and bottom is. Yes, that's my top because that's where I've written top. So that's where I'm at. I have got just over 1,000 stitches on it. I did 855 stitches in 2025. Quite a lot of confetti, considering it's all like blues, blacks and whites. But yeah, every shade of blue. It's 27 colours actually. It's not that bad. Not that bad. All right, next we've got in the springtime. Did I even touch this one? Yeah, I got 200 stitches in this one. So In the Springtime by Heaven and Earth, artwork by Janelle Nickel. I used to love this one because it looks like me and my daughter, because I have red hair and my daughter has dark brown hair. But my daughter would not be caught dead wearing a dress ever anymore. So it's kind of cute and sort of, you know, nostalgic, but not very accurate. So anyway, I am here. Top left. That one should get more love. I need to pull this one out. I like this one. That's been done on 25 count easy, guys. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, lots of confetti in that top bit. Lots. Right. My piles just don't seem to be going down. They're not going down. 44. This one's going to go well over an hour. Sorry, guys. Okay, next one. Ink Circles. Hanky Pasanky. This is what it's going to look like when it's finished. I am doing it on black. black Ada. No, black linen. Black linen, not easy to stitch on at all. At all. That's where I'm at. Oh, that's definitely upside down. There we are. It looks great on the black linen, but really, really tough to stitch on. Hanky Panky got 0 stitches in 2025. So effective though on that black. Oh, it's just like, it's like trying to stitch with your eyes closed. It's so difficult to actually see where the holes are. So yeah, I do question my life choices with that one. Oh, my back's getting sore. Sorry guys, I ran 28k this morning before the heat and I'm feeling a little bit sore. Never mind. Right. Okay, this one has had almost no love whatsoever. Now, Michelle asked an Italian how to pronounce his name. And I think the answer from the Italian was Ciro Marchetti. I hope I've got that the right way around. Anyway, whatever his name is, we all love him. This is It's About Time. This is the original one. So it's the much darker color one. I got this ages ago. I think I started it for my 50th birthday, maybe. I don't know, I can't remember. I've done bugger all. I'm sorry. I've done absolutely nothing on that. Oh, no, I lie. I put 200 stitches in. I'm doing this 2/1/10 stitch on a 28 count easy guide. And that's where I'm at. It's only got 1,000 stitches in it. And considering it's 450 by 658, I've got a long way to go. I fell into love with 10 stitch and then fell rapidly out of love with 10 stitch. So even though it is quick to do, I'm not like exactly excited. Oh, okay. Now we're going to move out of the, because that's an I. We're going to move back to a B, which is one I discovered I had put somewhere else. This is the Bands of Variation stitch along from about 2018, which I almost don't need to say it. I did not stitch along with it. I have not got a complete picture of it. You could do it in 5, you had a choice of 5 different colorways to do it. I'll see if I can find a complete picture. There's probably one on the internet somewhere. So this is my choice of colorway that I did, which is sort of autumnal colors. I'm doing it on a piece of black 18 count Ada. That is where I'm at. It's actually looking quite good. I believe it got 0 love in 2025. Bands of Variation. That's got to be. It got 0. I was right. There we go. So I have, obviously, I mean, it's a stitch along, but I have all the parts, so I can do it. It's all in paper. Should probably pull it out and get on with it because it does look quite good. Make each day your masterpiece, it says. So there we go. So that's a B that I forgot to show you. And this is if I can pick it up. Oh, this is a new start at the beginning of this year, which is an E, which I forgot to show you. This is a kit by Design Works, which I love. It's called the Embrace. I've had this for a little while and I've wanted to start it for ages. So I started at the beginning of the year. I only got like a 200 stitch start. I'm using all of the kit materials. It's on a 14 count Ada. It's on paper only. I can't remember which way it goes. Did I write top on here? No, that wasn't very smart. Now I've got 2 needles stuck into this one. God, it's no wonder I can never find any needles. Right, that's where I'm at. That's where I got to. Might be like that. It's a flower. Maybe it's like that. I don't know. It's a flower. So that was the start. But yeah, this is a paper only. There is a whole lot of backstitch in this. This is backstitch central. So I will be doing the backstitch as I go because I think I will just lose the will to live if I have all that backstitch left at the end. Okay, so here's another one, which is a new start at the beginning of this year, but it's an F, so I thought I'd better show you. I've barely started anything. It's almost not worth showing you, but I will anyway. It's called Fantasy Galaxy Dragon by Simina Stitch on Etsy. My daughter chose the design because I had a piece of blue Ada and she was like, oh, let's find a pattern to go on the blue Ada. I was like, all right, let's do that. So I've hardly started at all. There we go. That's my start. So I have, it's on a piece of pale blue 14 count Ada, which I got off Temu. I had to wash it multiple times so it wasn't like stiff as a board. And I've started kind of in the middle. So, yeah, so that's a new start. I think I've probably got about 100 stitches, which is not much of a start, but a start is a start is a start, I say. And it adds to my pile of whips. All right, that's that one. Now, this one is an A, which wasn't in my pile, which should have been because I actually put some stitches into this. This is Awesome Narwhals. Be So Awesome, People Think You're a Myth. Obviously by Stitch Rovia. It did get some stitches at the beginning of this year. That's where I'm at with it. I'm doing it on a piece of 28 count even weave, which I liberated from a wedding sampler, which I'd started, and then now that I'm divorced, I decided to unpick the whole lot and use the fabric for something more useful. And I think Awesome Narwhals is a far better idea. Oh, I can hear fire engines outside. That always makes you worry on a 36-degree day. Not what you want to hear. Right, sorry, I'm leaning down here because obviously everything is down here in front of me. All right, this one is called Luncheon of the Boating Party. It is a painting by Renoir from Cross Stitch Collectibles, which I love. This is my one and only one, which I am still doing Extreme Cross Country. Somehow I have not got bored of this one. I mean, I don't think I've put stitches in it for a while. Which way does it go? That way, I think. There we go. So obviously I'm doing the black first. I've, drawn in all the squares. It's not very big, as you can see, it's not very big. Maybe that's upside down. No, it's not, because I would have started in the left. Right. There we go. So I am determined to give Extreme Cross Country and do the black stitches in this one first, and then work my way through with different colours. But yeah, I think that got no love at all in 2025. Let me have a look. L. No, not a single stitch. It needs love. All of my whips need love because they're feeling sad and rejected. So, all right, I'm going to have to lean down again. I'm sorry. Oh my God, my piles are getting so precarious here. Let me just have another sip of coffee. How would I just pick up the whole lot from here? There we go. Right, what is this one? Oh no, that's Awesome Narwhals. I've already shown you that one. You don't need to see that one again. Okay, this one is called Life is an Open Book by Amy Stewart. Charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, 650 by 464. I love this one because obviously, I keep saying obviously, it's not actually obviously, but I did live in London for many, many years. So that's why I chose this one. I'm doing it on a blue 25 count even weave. I've gone a center start. Is that right? Which way? Yes, this way. And I use there we go. That's my top. So this is where I'm at. Life is an Open Book. Got 460 stitches. There you go. It looks quite dark on the blue, but it's full coverage, so you're not going to be able to tell. And there is quite a bit in here. There's quite a lot of light stitching. So I think often I'll look and think, if there's an awful lot of white, am I better off doing it on a coloured fabric? Because, as I've said to you before, I despise doing white on white. I think I hate white on white more than I dislike black on black. So yeah, and that was just probably the piece of fabric I had, which was the right size. Okay, the next one is Lady with Unicorn, Scarlet Quince. This was my very first full coverage, which I started back in 2012. I have not got very far. It's all blended threads. Every single one of those stitches is a blended thread. So I'm doing it on an 18 count. Lady and the Unicorn got, where is it? Oh, I can't find it. Lady Unicorn. Where is the unicorn? Oh, maybe it's under T for the Lady and the Unicorn. There it is. I got a grand total of 100 stitches in 2025, which is not very many. That's where I'm at. It's a huge piece of 18 count. I've done all sorts of things to try and get the grids in, and eventually just kind of gave up. So yeah, so it's all in, as I said, it's all blends, which is a bit of a pain in the neck. I probably, maybe we'll finish it one day. Who knows? I'd love to. It'd be really good. It's going to weigh a ton though when it's done. But yeah, that's Scarlet Quince. Scarlet Quince, I believe, is no more, which is kind of sad. I think she finally decided she'd had enough and she retired. I've got a few Scarlet Quince charts. That one, I did end up getting the PDF of it. She very kindly sent it to me. Cannot get it loaded into Pattern Keeper, just won't load. I've now got a new tablet, so I'm gonna give it a try to see whether I can load it into Markup XP. But yeah, it just, for whatever reason, it's not compatible with Pattern Keeper, which is a pain in the neck, but it is what it is. Right, let's continue. Where are we at? 56. It's going to be a long one. All right, next one. Another Carolyn Manning, Moth Orchid. That's that one. Carla and I started this one together. I am doing it on a piece of bright green fabric. That's where I'm at. I'm not sure what pattern I'm doing with this. I'm just kind of randomly stitching. So it's a 14 count bright green Ada. Again, most Carolyn Mannings are full coverage, so you don't really see what is underneath, but okay, so that's Moth Orchid. This one is my nemesis. It's a Janlin kit from the late 90s, which I still remember buying, thinking, oh, I think it'd be lovely. It's called Musical Muses. I do think it's lovely, but it is an absolute nightmare to stitch. It is constant color change. Most stitches are quarter stitches or 3/4 stitches. So much back stitch you wouldn't know what to do with yourself. Very, very slow stitching. But the only thing that saves it with all the 1/4 and 3/4 stitches is the fact it's done 2/1 on a 28 count even weave. But it's just, I mean, yeah, this is just, it's a bit of a nightmare stitch. It's not actually that big. That's how big it is. It's only little, but oh my God. If I didn't love the design so much, I'd just say my life is too short for this kind of stitching. But I really like the design. I think it's just really pretty. So I kind of just chip away at it. 50 stitches here or there or whatever. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, it's for somebody more patient than I am, that one. I like to kind of, sit down and stitch and just like get on a roll and, do it. You cannot get on a roll with this particular kit. This is all the stuff for the kit, includes metallics as well, just in case there wasn't enough to keep you busy. There's a whole stack of metallic in there too. Because, yay, why not? Let's make it as tough as you possibly can. All right, this one, oh, I forgot that I even started this one. This one's a cutie. This is Barbara Anna. This is one of her freebies. It's called Molly from 2021. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm doing this on a little tiny piece of hand-dyed even weave, 28 count even weave. I don't know which way up this should go. I usually do the selvage at the top, so it's probably that way. That's as far as I've got. I haven't got very far on that one. But it's really pretty. I like the Barbara Anna's. I think she did 4 or 5 freebies, and I have all of them. And I have a whole lot of these little pieces of hand dyed. So my plan is to do all of them on a different piece of hand dyed, because they're quite small little bits. So, all right, so that's Molly. Let's put her away. What's this one? Oh, she didn't get any love. Right, this is Leilani, the hula dancer. This is a freebie from Mirabilia. I'll put the picture up here, seeing as I'm editing, because I don't have a picture. She got no love whatsoever in 2025. She's actually quite a long way along. Masses of beading. So that's what all the holes in there at the moment are, where the beads go. So, but yeah, she's only little. She's only, that's as big as she is. So I probably should get the stitching finished, and then I can get the beading done. But yeah, that's a cute one. Yeah, no love at all in 2025. She's had a year of hiatus, that one. And I think at the beginning of every year I like, right, she's going to be a finish this year. We're going to finish her. I remember at the beginning of last year I was like, it's going to be a finish, and she didn't get picked up at all. So maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I should not say I'm going to finish it, because that's what stops me. All right, this one is called Museum Shelf Dinosaurs. It's quick stitch from a bigger Amy Stewart museum shelf, one of her shelves. This is just the dinosaurs from one of the little corners. It is 450 wide by 254 high. I am doing this on a 28 count easy guide, 2/1 tent stitch, and that is where I'm at with it. Museum Shelf Dinosaurs got, what did it get? 700, no, wrong. That's the wrong one. Oh, it actually got quite a lot. Oh, it got 1,221 stitches in 2025. There we go. They're tent stitches, obviously, but that's okay. So, yeah. Who knew? I can't remember. Okay. Probably because I had it as a challenge somewhere and I was like, okay, I'll do that. All right, next one. Mushroom Goddess. This is a chart I got from Etsy quite a long time ago by Simple Wave Studio. That is what she's going to look like when she's finished. There is a stack of confetti in the border, and I started top corner, which wasn't that smart because it's really not very exciting up there. I think I've worked my way along enough that I could start a bit on the mushrooms. Yeah, I have. So that's where I'm at with her. I'm doing it on a 22 count Ada. So, but yeah, you would think that like the yellow border, but it's just like stacks of confetti in that yellow border. Oh yeah, so I started on a bit of a mushroom at the top just to give myself a bit of variety. She got 400 stitches in 2025. So she got some attention. Okay, that's her. So I'll pop her away. Next one is My Lady's Greenhouse. This is a Lakeside Needle Craft stitch along, also from about 2018. I'll have to pop a picture up of the finished, what it's going to look like finished. Oh, it's all fully kitted. That's nice. So I think I got, where is it? I did do some work on this. Yeah, I put 200 stitches into this. I'm still unpicking a bit, like this bit here is still needs unpicking because it was wrong. But I finished Loyal Lavender. Oops, there we go. And I'm working on the next one, which is, I can't remember what the next one is. Loyal Lavender was the first one. And the next one was Loving Rose. So I'm started on Loving Rose. So it's quite cute. It's on again, a piece of 36 count even weave called Cafe Olay by Lakeside Needlecraft. Okay, so should get that one finished as well. Should get them all finished. So she got a bit of love in 2025. Right. Oh, we're getting down with the piles, except I've just shut my shorts into that box. That's not very smart. I'll pop that one down. Okay, what's this one? Oh, this is another stitch along. I think I told you I went through a real, like, I love stitch alongs. I want to do them all back in 2018. I'm going to start the whole lot. 2017, sorry, this is 2017. This was the Linen and Threads Mystery Stitch Along. I'll try and put a picture of the finished product up here, if I remember. I'm doing it on a piece of pink 25 count Lagana. And that is where I'm at. I've kind of picked browns and greens because I thought that would work quite well on the pink. I'm just sort of picking where I stitch them. This got 264 stitches in 2025. So again, easy stitching, block stitching. I should always remember this for myth. You know, we want the block stitching, the things that don't have to change colour very often. Right, final pile here that I've got for today. We have a long way to go yet. We're probably about halfway through. All right, this is a kit by DMC called Misty Morning. Me and my horses. I love my horses. So I'm doing all the kit stuff. Misty Morning got 260 stitches in 2025. And that's where I'm at. It's on a 16 count white Ada. Okay, so that's that one. Yeah, do love my horses, as we know. Right, the next one is, what's this one? Speaking of horses, this is Miracle. I bought this as a kit off Stash Unload because I fell in love with it. It is full coverage on paper. Only, because obviously that's my chart in there. So it came as a kit, like here's all the threads. You know, so I started in the top corner. Obviously doing full coverage on paper is hard work. I probably should be doing it square by square because you get the frustration of full coverage on paper where you're like, yeah, I've just done all the stitches in this particular color. And then you finish off the color and then you discover one that you missed because you didn't see it. So normally for full coverage paper, I'll do it a bit more systematically than this. And I think I might shift to do this one a bit more systematically as well. Of course, I started top left, which is the very uninteresting bit of background. But yeah, that's that one. But I love that kit. Miracle got 0. Poor Miracle got absolutely 0 in 2025. Never mind. 2026 is another year. Okay, this is, this one has not had any love at all. This is Miss Queen Bee by Nora Corbett. I bought this gorgeous piece of like bee fabric, especially for this. And then when I started it, I discovered it's a 40 count, which is really small and really hard to see. So I started, as you can see, I don't even know whether that's upside down or not. But I can't stitch this one without a magnifier because I can't see 40 count. But I hadn't realised it was a 40 count until I pulled the fabric out. It's like, yeah, I'm going to start this. I think I started it at a Mirabilia retreat. It's like, yeah, I bought this fabric specially for this particular chart. And it was only when I pulled out the fabric, I was like, oh, it's 40 count. I wonder why I decided to do that. What was my rationale behind that? Yeah. That my eyes were going to get better as I got older, maybe, you know. Right, this is a kit called Misaki. I do not have a complete picture of it. I will put it up here. The Japanese lady. It is by Maya. It's a Maya kit. I have all the kit stuff. Obviously, it's on red 16 count. Quite a lot of 3/4 stitches, and we all know how much we hate doing 3/4 stitches on Aida. They're never much fun because you have to pierce the square, which is never much fun. That's where I'm at. I haven't done a lot on that. So I think I started that at our retreat in 2024. Oh, that's exciting. Right, this is Mistress of the Hunt. Mistress of the Hunt was supposed to be my non-Haid this decade. I was going to finish this in this decade. I don't think I am now. This comes from Kaylee, the sewing shop.ca. I love it. I love it. I have a couple of others now of hers too, which I would love to do as well. I started really well. I think she's had a few stitches. Let's just check whether she had any in 2025. Mistress of the Hunt. Yeah, she got 200 stitches, 242. I'm doing it on a 25 count linen. That's where I'm at, top left corner, start. So she didn't get much, but she got something. Yeah. Never know. Maybe if I really put my mind to it, although I probably have to check what Stitch Pal says, and it probably says, you know, you will get this finished at the end of 2029 if you do 3,000 stitches a day or something ridiculous like that, which needless to say, I'm not going to do. Right, last two in my pile. Last two. You'll be gratified to know we're nearly there. Hang on, what's this one? I don't know what that is. Oh no, we've already seen that one. So yes, definitely the last two in my pile. Okay, this is one of the first kits I remember buying when I first started cross stitch. It's called New Dress. It's pretty cute. It's got all the kit stuff. It's on a 14 count Aida. It's pretty straightforward, fairly small. New Dress got 250 stitches in 2025, and that is where I'm at with it. Oh, let's do that. Let's get the shading off it. There we go. There you are. So that's that one. And last but not least in this marathon effort today is Owl and the Pussycat. That must mean I'm up to O. N-O. Yeah, that's probably about right. So the Owl and the Pussycat. Oh, where's my picture? I don't know. I have to put a picture of the Owl and the Pussycat up here. So I would like to get a page finish on this one because I have yet to get a page finish. And this is probably my closest to a page finish. It's got 7,224 stitches on it already. I did just under 4,000 stitches in 2025. I'm doing it on a 25 count even weave, and that is where I'm at. And as you can sort of get a sense, sorry, my lighting is rubbish. It's just about to swear. It looks great. But as you can see, I'm so close to a page finish. I think to finish the page, I just need to do this little bit here and I'd actually get my very first page finish. So it's probably, if I added it up, it's probably about 500, maybe 700 stitches and I'd get the page finish on that one. So yeah, cool. All right, so that's WIP Parade number 2. Yeah, look, there's at least another 2 to go. I reckon I can knock it out in another 2 if I want to pull out all my minis as well. And I may as well. If we're going to do a WIP parade, let's do the whole lot. Let's do the whole WIP parade. So I'll leave it there. I won't talk about my life or anything exciting or unexciting. It's actually pretty unexciting until the end of WIP parade number 4. Because you're just here for the whips, aren't you? So yeah, until possibly next week. I will try and do another one next week if I can. I am racing next weekend, so I may or may not get a WIP parade done. It will just see how I feel after I've finished racing. I'm doing a 12-hour overnight race. 12-hour means you basically run as many loops as you can in 12 hours. So it starts at 6 p.m, finishes at 6 a.m. So on the Saturday night. So I may not be in any state to be doing a floss tube on Sunday, but you never know. In the lead up on Saturday, it might be a good way to just pass the time before I have to go out to where the race is. So I'll do my best. I'll try and do another one next week. But thank you for sticking around, and we will see you soon. Okay, see you later. Bye.